Welcome to Tulsa County Landing's second podcast. You're here with Corey, David, and Mike.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
Tonight we're going to review Operation Flashpoint.
Cold War Crisis.
This is the first game that was released way back in 2001. That's about 9 years ago.
Now, to start us off, David, give us a little insight on the storyline.
We all consider David to be the foremost fan of this game, so we would like him to start off.
My God, where do I begin? This game and I, it was like a childhood relationship. That girl next door, you remember when you were 8 years old? Well, you're fucking 14 years old now, and she's got a nice pair of tits.
And that's right. You're looking through her fucking window, and you're totally jacking that shit.
Exactly. And you know that since she's your best friend, you got a chance at hitting that ass. This game, I swear to God, it brings elements that some people would probably view impossible. You start out on an island called Everon, and it is massive. I believe it is, let's see. Oh, fuck. It is, seriously, it's like 4 kilometers in diameter. It is just massive, and you are just one lonely little GI.
Yeah.
David Armstrong that is stationed on it that's hoping.
WASD as your standard first-person shooter movement. From one end of the island to another, holding the W key, which is forward. Well, you'd probably shoot yourself before you made it to the other end of the fucking island. And that's not to mention that there were other islands within this game.
I believe that there was 8 islands. Now, aside from it being massive, you're like, well, why is it so massive? Well, what's so cool about that? You could command pretty much any, just a basic, Army vehicle. You can command an A-10 Thunderbolt. You can command a Hind Mi-24. You can command an Mi-17, T-72, T-80, M1A2 Abrams, an M21 sniper rifle, and when you use a sniper rifle, the map is huge, so you actually had to compensate for the bullet drop.
Yes.
What kind of game fucking does that? No, not back in 2001, I'm sorry, sit down.
Oh, no. Back in 2001, the best we had to offer as far as realistic shooters, I believe Ghost Recon, now that's pretty much the outdoor type of Rainbow Six. I was a big fan of Rainbow Six, was pretty much the close quarters combat version of those games. Then you had SWAT. And then you had Delta Force Land Warrior, the third version of that game that came out, which was the outdoor version. No game compared to Operation Flashpoint Cold War Crisis.
Aside from that, even with the vehicles, they had realistic things in it. You could laser designate a target with a laser designator, have another player in an A-10 Thunderbolt drop a bomb, and have that bomb hit directly on top of the tank.
That was unheard of in 2001.
Now,
unfucking heard of.
Many people don't know this, but actually OFP started out as a conversion from a military program called VSB-1. And a company went along and they basically turned it into a video game. So you are playing a game that was used to train soldiers, so you know that this stuff has to be realistic. You die in 2 shots. You get hit with an AK, dead. You get hit in the head with a helmet on, I don't care, man, that's a kill shot. Most people know that helmets usually stop from flak or, debris. They don't stop bullets.
The closest thing that the military had before OFP was actually, believe it or not, a mod of Doom 2 that's Doom 2. A game that came out in mid-90s that was meant to be a military training simulator. That's a huge jump, between open scanning levels, full 3D models, everything. The VSB-1, system was used within the United States military, the Army, to train soldiers. And it's still the basis for modern combat simulators today.
Another thing that I must add. You can command a squad up to 12 people, as I remember, and the moves that you can have these players do, from having them enter into a vehicle to having them scan, snipe, confirm targets. You could literally have a squad of 12 people scout an entire island, recon back to you, tell you what they see, and you can tell them what to do. You can order them a course of action, whether to shoot on sight, be stealthy, stay low, heal at destination. I mean, it was awesome. And there was a command.
This is unheard of in 2001.
I mean, it just blows my mind.
This is 2000 motherfucking one, okay? The closest, like I said before, the closest thing we had, from my perspective, when I was playing the Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon games, when I first played OFP, I was like, this is those games on a massive scale. It truly blows my fucking mind.
Simulated war. You're not just a soldier. You're the whole freaking battlefield. People have been able to make modded servers where this game can handle up to 64 people. I mean, in 2001, 64 people, when did you hear that? You'd have people having a fucking tank combat while some commander is say, hey, I need a freaking LGB drop right on this goddamn T-72 group. I mean, it's not. This game was groundbreaking, and it's you know, it's sad when you recognize this classic and most people don't even know what it is, but they'll tell you.
Exactly. It blows my mind that people do not even know this fucking game.
I mean, if you want to talk about a pinnacle step in first-person shooters, this game is it. And it's sad that people don't know this. And I mean, it wasn't even first. I mean, it also had a third-person view too. I mean, and the free-floating cursor, like we were talking off mic. Mike was talking about it. I mean.
Yes, for the first time in a game, instead of, that was one of the problems I had with Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon, a game where you were out in the open, has a fixed cursor. It's impossible to tell where enemy movement is when you have a fixed cursor. This was a game that allowed a free-floating cursor, a little bit like maybe, say, your 64-era GoldenEye, holding the R button down to aim. You can tell where movement is when you have a free-floating cursor. You can tell where your enemy is. You can pinpoint him, zoom in, iron sight. By the way, this is when Call of Duty was doing the whole iron sight thing, and it was totally, realistic compared to their standards, and squad commands, when really you were just a player, a part of, like, a set of cinematic events. No. OFP, iron sight, you kill a guy over a mile long, you actually have to compensate for bullet drop and wind distance. This is 2001 we're talking here, okay? That's just 2 years after the release of Rogue Spear. 3 years, Rogue Spear, and its expansion packs.
Now, let's play real fast and talk about the map maker. Now, the map editor itself is a brilliant tool. It's an amazing tool. It was the best thing, and in some cases still the best thing I've ever seen in a video game. You, from start to finish, completely customize and map out your own missions. Create intro videos, win conditions, outro videos for them, add music, CPU triggers, all sorts of things.
And pretty much everything that the original game creators would make with the regular game, you could make it yourself as the modder using the map maker.
Now, a lot of things that they had with OFP on several different websites you could go to is add-ons, downloads, custom skins people make. I'm going to talk about the Alien and Predator and Terminator packs, because some of those were just amazing. The Alien pack was awesome. They got the pulse rifle down to a fucking fine-tipped needle. As far as sounds, different attachments for it, different types of pickups. And on top of that, they had alien skins as NPC enemies. Aliens would just run up and pounce on you before you even knew what happened. And Predators, almost impossible to take down, but not quite. Now, Mike, talk about the Terminator.